Well, we had another beautiful day outside, and you can see that behind me. We're still seeing it. The current conditions across the area, across our Kentucky Mesonet sites, a lot of us are still continuing to see sun, not really seeing many clouds out and about right now. A lot of us have now reached back into the upper 70s, 76 there in Knott County. Across the entire area, a lot of us have now reached into the upper 70s. Some of us are still sitting in the low 80s, 81 in Lexington, 82 in Richmond and Mount Vernon. So we're still very warm outside, but we're starting to see those temperatures decrease just a little bit. We're going to take a look at tomorrow for your Monday. We're going to warm back into the low 80s. I think probably going to be more in the low 80s tomorrow. We're going to be warming up quickly, though. Going to see some more cloud cover than what we have been seeing. We could potentially maybe even see an isolated rain chance as we go into Monday. Monday just got that isolated chance. Tuesday is looking like now to be our best day of seeing some rain, looking like it's going to be scattered to that widespread. Going to potentially probably be seeing it all day, and that's going to linger into your Wednesday morning. So let's track out what you can expect. So for the rest of the evening, I think a lot of us we're going to stay dry as we get into Monday morning. Seeing lots of cloud cover starting off in the low 60s, and we'll maybe have a chance of seeing a few isolated showers as we get into Monday afternoon. But I think really it's going to be Monday evening. We're going to start to see the showers start to make its way into the area along this cold front, and that's what's bringing this in. Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon looking like we're going to see lots of rain. Could have heavy rain at times along this cold front, and that's going to continue to make its way on out of here. Tuesday evening going to be just some isolated leftover showers here into the southeastern portions of the viewing area, but that's going to move all out of here Tuesday evening. Could potentially see some isolated rain, lingering rain chances as we head into Wednesday. But here's a look at the temperature trend. But tomorrow, last day probably going to be in the low 80s. Behind it, once that cold front makes its way in, we're going to be back around average, sitting into the mid to even the low 70s. So definitely a different feel than what we have been feeling for the past several weeks. Finally getting back down into the low 70s. Finally starting just to feel a little bit like fall. But tomorrow, we're going to warm back into the mid 80s once again, continuing to see plenty of sunshine, but tonight dropping back down into the low 60s, going to continue to stay clear. Overall, another very good evening in store for us. So let's take a look at that 7-day forecast and what you can expect. So we got the isolated rain chance for us on Monday. Going to be warming back into the mid 80s. The rain chance really going to be Tuesday. And as you can see behind it, temperatures are going to drop back down into the low to mid 70s, and that's probably going to stick with us for just a little while.
Your 7-day forecast is brought to you by Denham Law Firm. Your insurance claims better.